Hi guys, coming to the United States can be super confusing sometimes, especially when it comes to things that you should get first or things that you should bring to the United States as an international student. Okay, I remember when I was coming, I overpacked to the point that my brother was like, why are you packing so many things? I eventually brought them anyway. Can you believe I brought pegs to the United States thinking that I was going to dry clothes outside? So when I arrived here, like, I had no idea also what to buy first, and I definitely wasted money on things that I actually didn't need. So if you're an international student coming to the United States for the first time, let me show you exactly what you should prioritize, what you should buy first when you get here, the basic essentials, and the stores that you should get them from. As I always say, stick and stay with me, don't leave. Let's get into this video. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. If you're an OG and an old subscriber, thank you so much for sticking and staying with me and for always coming back to watch my videos. Now let's get into this video. In this video, we're going to talk about things that you need first, or things that you should get first when you arrive in the United States as an international student. So quick context. You just landed, okay? Think about this situation. You just landed, you're tired, you're overwhelmed. You don't need everything all at once. That is one thing that you should get at the back of your head, that you don't need everything all at once, okay? There are some basic essentials that you need, that you should get, that we're going to get into in this video. So stay tuned with me and let's talk about this. Now, before this whole video starts, one thing I want you to know for sure is that everything I'm going to list in this video is in no particular order. You can even start with getting your internet first before you go to Walmart to get your basic essentials that you need, your food items from Hannaford or anything that you need. Just kindly watch to the end so that you will know where to start from, preferably to you. Okay, so now let's get into beginning this whole thing. So now when you get here as an international student, now the first thing is basic living essentials. Okay, so when I say basic living essentials, we're talking about bed sheets, pillowcases, blankets, and all of those things. Okay, those are like, you know, little things that you could get from the start that you could use for yourself. Okay, and then in the future, when you've been able to get accustomed to the whole environment, the whole place, the school, and all of that, now you can get into buying other things that you feel like you need. Okay, so you can get your towels, your shower essentials at places like Walmart. Okay, Walmart have, like, you know, these cheap prices when it comes to these basic essentials that you can get all of these things from. In other states, there are other shops too that have, you know, lower prices for these basic living essentials. I don't know about them. I'm only talking about the states that I live in and my experience. So with the state that I live in, which is Maine, I live in Portland. So in Portland and Scarborough, we have Walmart, and there's one at Falmouth. So any of these two locations, you can get these basic essentials from there. So as I said, your pillows, your blankets, pillowcases, bed sheets, and all of that, shower essentials, you can get all of these at Walmart, and then you get them at affordable prices. Okay, so now number two, let's talk about kitchen starter pack. If you're talking about food items that you need, you know, like veggies and all of that, you can get them at Walmart. And then kitchen essentials like plates, pots, and pans, and all of that, dish sponge, soap, and all the things that you use in the kitchen, you can get them at lower prices at Walmart. Meat and all of those things, everything you can get them at Walmart for kitchen essentials. And then food starter packs. Like, when you get here, one thing I always tell people is, for the start, based on a budget, get things that you already know how to cook, that are not really some things that you struggle with. And then later, you can go to African markets or wherever else that you prefer to buy the actual groceries that you really need. Now with the food items, you can get them at Walmart. Hannaford, sorry. One thing Hannaford is also known for is fresh ingredients. So if you want things like milk, fruits, veggies, stuff that are like from farm to, market, you're going to get them at Hannaford. That's what Hannaford is known for. And then Hannaford, so you're also going to get them at like very lower prices. Okay, the price would be like super low as compared to Walmart if you want your things like fresh. We also have Whole Foods. Whole Foods basically deals with organic foods, like from the farm, organically grown from the farm to the shelves or to the market. So at Whole Foods, you're going to get that. But the thing is that Whole Foods might be way above your budget that you have planned. So if you're looking for organic stuff, you can go to Whole Foods, just that know that it's going to be above your budget. Now let's go into the next one. Now, number 3, let's talk about documents and connectivity. When I say documents and connectivity, I'm basically talking about SIM cards, having a data plan, because mind you, when you arrive in the United States, sometimes it's very frustrating when your data plan from your home country doesn't work here. So the first thing that people get to before food and all of those other essentials is trying to find a good data plan to work with. So here we have Verizon, we have T-Mobile, we have Mint, and all the other ones. So if you're looking for T-Mobile or Verizon, if you're coming to Maine, in Portland, you can go to the main mall, you find these stores there, and then you get yourself subscribed to one data plan, and then you use it. If you're looking for Mint, I use Mint. So Mint, because I subscribe to student loans, so my student loan came with an extra pack, which was getting like a data plan. I think Mint works with Empower or something like that. So that was how come I got my Mint SIM card from my student loan that I had, subscribed to. So that was how I got my Mint. But mostly T-Mobile, Verizon, and then AT&T and some other things are what people also go in for. I think I would recommend T-Mobile, because T-Mobile, even if you're flying, like you're in a flight or something, you can still use your data plan whilst you're in a flight and flying. And then I think with students, there's also like, some reduction rate or something with T-Mobile. So if you want T-Mobile, you can go for it. So you can go to the mall and then get that, so that you can connect to the internet and call your family and then get to talk to people and find your school as well. Okay, now let's get into the next one. Now the last but not the least is personal care. When I say personal care, maybe when you were coming, you didn't bring toothbrush, toothpaste, lotion, soap, laundry detergent, and all of that. Now the best place to go to again is Walmart. Walmart is the best place to go to. Mind you, I'm talking about only my state. Okay, with my experience, what I've experienced since I came here, I'm talking about Maine, Portland. So please, if you're going to another state, I don't know mostly about there, but Walmart is like in every state in the United States. So it would be your best bet as an international student coming here to get stuff at lower prices. Okay, and then mind you, Walmart, you can literally get everything there. Like for an African, things that you can substitute for others, and then most African things you can get them at Walmart. So sometimes I'm like, there's no need to fret or anything before struggling to look for an African shop. You can mostly get most of these things at Walmart, and then later when you try to find your feet and then you're comfortable, you can look for the African stores and get your other groceries and other personal effects from those places. But for personal care, toothpaste, toothbrush, laundry detergent, and other little things that you need, Walmart is your best choice. One thing you should know is that the apartment that you're checking into when you arrive here as an international student would not give you all of these things. Okay, most of the times some apartments, the farthest they will go is to get you a bed frame and a mattress. Okay, but some apartments, there are literally nothing in there. It's like totally empty. There's no TV, no couch, nothing. Okay, so TV and couch and all of those things are not really important for now when you arrive, but the important ones are what I have listed in the video: personal effects, kitchen items, getting the internet, personal care, and all of that. Now, don't overbuy groceries too when you arrive. Only buy what you know how to cook, okay? And then get a little bit of the stuff that would still be in your budget. Don't buy expensive furniture immediately. Like, as I said, going to buy a couch, going to buy a table, like a table, a desk, and all of that, and a chair for studies. And no, you can buy those things in the future when you found your foot, and then, you know, things are going on well for you. Maybe you've gotten a campus job, now you're making extra money on the side and all of that. That is when you can go into it. But if you have your money already and you can afford it, why not go in and then do it? Don't try to set up your whole life in 2 days when you arrive here. Take your time. It's one step at a time. You figure things out. Your first week is about, like, it's literally about surviving and not being super perfect and letting everybody know that you found your foot, you're comfortable, and all of that things. Start small. One thing I always tell people is to start small, stay on a budget, and build as you gradually grow whilst you're in the United States, okay? Being an international student comes with its own pressure. I don't see why you should add extra pressure to it when you're here. Okay, life is going to come to you bit by bit as you figure things out. This is where I would end this video. Kindly tell a friend to tell a friend that Emanuela has posted again. If you have any comments, kindly drop them in the comment section down below, and I will do well to answer all of your questions for you. Thank you for coming to watch me once again. I really appreciate you, my subscribers, and then the new people that are here to watch me. I'll see you in the next video. This is where the video comes to an end. My name is Emanuela Riafe once again. Thank you for watching me. Bye.